Hi, what's good everyone, and welcome back to another video here on our YouTube channel. We just had an incredibly beautiful bullish week, a little bit over a week actually, that just happened on gold, which allowed for some really beautiful supply and demand opportunities. And I thought I'd just make a quick video sort of a walkthrough of these trades from start to finish. Not live unfortunately, but I'm going to be doing a walkthrough basically as they happened via the replay tool on TradingView. And before I get into that, just quickly gonna cover the trades themselves. So there were three in total. One that was really nice, 1 to 14R with 75% secured at the 1 to 10 mark, and another one that was 1 to 7, and also a smaller one of 1 to 3. Unfortunately, I wanted to load this one up a bit earlier, but I kind of missed it. But I'm gonna have the results here posted as always. Now, unfortunately, they were a bit split up, so I'm just gonna put the screenshots there. But enough of that. Just gonna jump straight into it. Don't want to waste too much time, and yeah, let's see what happened. Alright, so I've cleared up the charts entirely and also sort of gone back in time using this replay tool feature. So we're quickly just gonna go over the events as they unfolded before gold turning bullish and also afterwards, and how you could have capitalized off of those using very simple supply and demand techniques. And just before we get into that, as we know with supply and demand, what you want to be looking for is a nice moment of imbalance followed by a very strong push in either direction, and just sort of trading alongside that, which can be seen in many of the other previous videos that I've posted. But especially on this graph, we have a zone that really stands out, and this is a lot clearer if we go out here on the 4-hour. So as we can see here, we have a very nice indecision candle followed by a strong push. So this is clearly indicative of a nice zone right here. So I'm gonna mark that up with a fresh level, just like this, covering the bottom of the wick here of that sort of indecision area. And what we're basically looking for now only is for price to come back down into this zone for a deep push, and then entering a buy essentially almost immediately. Since this would be the second touch of this zone, which essentially always gives a pretty strong reaction. Not always, but most of the time it does. So that's what we're looking for. So I'm gonna go back down here on the 1 hour and just sort of playing alongside it and going over it. So as we can see, we're getting close now to the zone. So at this point, I would be going down on 5-minute time frame just to make sure that I get as nice of an opportunity, or entry I should say, as possible, with a nice tight stop loss to avoid any larger losses. So as we can see here, we're down almost immediately here at a deep push. I think where I entered was 79.26 or something, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm not gonna be entering these exactly as I did. I don't remember the values completely, but as we can see here, we already have quite a nice push past the middle of the zone, so this would already be quite a nice point to enter. And I'm gonna quickly extend all of these and go back on the 1 hour so we can set our stop loss and target. So stop loss, we've already covered the very bottom portion of this. So this is where a lot of traders would normally get stopped out. I meant having their stop loss just at wicks of what you could call a support level. But we want to put our stop loss quite a bit lower than that, just to make sure that we're safe. So not too low, obviously. We want to be able to have a nice upside potential with as little of drawdown as possible. So 75 to me was a very nice area. I think that's what I put, or somewhere along those lines. And as in regards to the actual target, if we go out to the 30-minute here, we want to sort of be looking for the next possible zone. At least for our first target profit. We can let the second part run a little bit more. So the first part here, before we had quite a significant drop to the downside, is this area here. So yeah, just this 712.8 area. Mark that up and make that our initial target. And now just sort of seeing how it plays out really. I think it was something like this. I got a little bit more of a RR actually, so I might have had this a little bit tighter, but you can play around with that. It doesn't have to be too perfect, but yeah, something like that. And now we're just gonna see how it unfolds basically. I think I did actually almost get stopped on this trade, so it's gonna push down a little bit more before it continues up. But it's a very, very simple approach to trading, and also very, very powerful. It works out incredibly well in the long run. Yeah, so here it was really close to me getting stopped out. I'm just gonna extend this a little bit. And here we go. Now we're seeing a push up. Yeah, there we go. I did also enter a smaller position somewhere here along the way, but it's not too relevant. It was a really small 1 to 3 risk reward anyway, so I'm not gonna be covering that. But let's see, we're gonna reach the target. Okay, yeah, so that would be target 1. This is where I exited 75% of my position, which was 1.5 lots on the one that I entered down here. I had another half lot running just because I was interested in seeing how it continued, because we can obviously, it was a very, very powerful push and this could easily continue. And my second target I set, let's see, I set just up here just before this drop, 26 point something, so we extend this all the way up here for our second target. Obviously only 25% left of the position, but let's just see what happens. And well, we know what happens. It's gonna reach the target quite soon. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that level was covered. Now price could obviously continue above this level, but this is just a point of being safe. This could easily drop down here as well, because this follows supply and demand principles of having potential to go down. And now we're just going to continue. I'm going to go down on the 1 hour because the next trade happened quite a bit later, so I'm just going to fast forward this a little bit. I sort of also go over the opportunities as they unfold basically, or the way that I spotted them at least. So let's see, there's nothing clear yet. We're kind of having a consolidation in this area, so no clear direction for me at least. I didn't enter here or anything. Let's see. Alright, sorry about that. My recording kind of crashed quickly, but we'll continue right where we left off. So yeah, we were waiting here. We sort of had a bit of a consolidation area, so yeah, just gonna see what happens really. And actually, if we go down on the half hour here, we can see out of all these candles, there weren't any strong bullish candles really, apart from this one here. This was very, very powerful, not leaving a wick here on the upside pretty much at all. And it was like before this happened, there was quite a nice region of indecision right here. So this could also be indicative of a zone, and particularly because this lines up incredibly well with this previous part right here. As you can see, the line we drew where the previous drop happened, sort of where we placed our second TP before. Because this, if we come back down here, since this is indicative of a zone already, this could be what we know as a swap zone, sort of where price has a strong chance of turning around if it comes down here. And yeah, that together with a strong push here just makes that even more evident, sort of. And we drew this on the 30 minutes, so for an entry we want to go down even lower than 5 minute, perhaps maybe even 1 minute. I'm pretty sure that's what I did, if I remember right. And yes, we're just gonna see. Okay, yeah, so we have an even okay, let's see, wait. Okay, yes, it's actually an even stronger push now. We pushed above this last high here, so yeah, if we do have price coming down into this zone right here now for the second touch, it would be a very nice chance to enter a long opportunity. Okay, yeah, so there we go, all the way down already. So now I'm gonna go down on the 1 minute, actually making sure that I do it sort of like I did it in real time. And yeah, just gonna wait for a push past the midline, basically. That's the ideal point, like we did before. Okay, so just gonna see. Okay, yeah, here definitely enter here. I don't know exactly where I entered, but if I remember right, it was 28 or something, just at the middle. And yeah, gonna have our stop loss below the zone as always. Quite conservative as well, 25.8 or something, looks good. And also, if we go on the 1 hour here, since we've already seen gold being very bullish, we want to have a fairly nice upside target. I think I drew this well before the recording crashed, but basically my idea behind this was since we'd already seen this bullish push, I had no doubt that it could continue very strongly, and I didn't want to make sure to miss that move. And even though we could see gold continue way higher up this week, I wanted to target the very last high. Well, not the high exactly, more so the region where we had a significant drop. So this would also be a zone here. We had indecision followed by a strong drop, so that would be the region that I would target. So drawing a ray here just around this area here, and I don't know what happened to our zone there. Okay, yeah, it's still here. Okay, yeah, upside all the way here. I must have had stop loss a little bit tighter as well, something along this. Yeah, maybe I could have had it even tighter actually. I will make it some around here because this should be fine. So this would probably been better in real life. Older than what I did in real life. This would have been tighter, but yeah, just gonna see what happens. I'm gonna draw this up a little bit more as well. Okay, so let's just see how it plays out now after this second touch here at the fresh area. Yeah, very easy stuff as always. I could have even done this better myself. Tighter stop. It was actually taking quite some time to develop, yeah, but you move stop loss to break even after a break of structure. It's no problem really. You can just sit in the trade for however long you want to. That's what I did, of course. And oh, it really took its time. It didn't feel like it took this long, but okay, yeah, there we go. We broke above the structure, and that concludes that trade as well. Actually ended up doing it better here now in simulation than in real life, but yeah, that's why practice is so important. And I missed out that 1 to 3 that was taken somewhere here, but yeah, that was just taken as something alongside a trend because we had such a strong push to the upside. Ideally I would have entered it earlier here, because when you have momentum in your favor, it's usually a very good idea to keep stacking your positions because you're already winning, so you might as well win more, sort of, well, you as long as you keep your risk in a safe area and kind of move your stop along with the structure. Because loading up and not having a good stop can be quite dangerous. But yeah, once you have the trend in your favor, just sort of trade alongside it, and it's really as simple as that. And when applying supply and demand techniques to it as well, you can get some really nice entries with a lot of potential. So that's all. Really quite a bit of a longer video than usual, but hopefully a little bit easier to learn from this one than the ones before. But we're gonna see how the Forex market plays out this week and the coming weeks, and seeing if we can have some more videos posted. But until then, I wish all of you the best of luck trading, and I hope to see all of you soon again.